All right, welcome back to Sort of Sophisticated, the podcast that's supposed to be equal parts snarky and scholarly, right? But depending on the episode, because the pendulum could swing pretty hard either way. No problem.
I mean, it usually does.
It does, totally.
Here we are.
I'm strapping back in for another episode, Amanda. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Well, I'm actually excited to see which personality of Pete shows up today. So it's either going to be the snarky sniper or the studied scholar.
Oh, dude, no, totally. First of all,
the whippersnapper.
First of all, the fact that you could say that and I don't even get upset anymore is amazing, right? Because I know I have dual personalities here, people. Okay, but today is totally the scholar, for sure. Okay, because we got serious shit we're talking about. Like we're going big today, Amanda.
Oh, am I ready?
Big.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Oh my God, holy shit, Amanda! Wait! I got to talk about something else real quick.
What?
Like always, I know. Sorry, I'm interrupting. So do you remember when we did our episode on Beats Without Borders? Like the rhythm, the rhythm is gonna get you. You remember this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So remember my friend was going to Belgium.
Did it just happen?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it sort of happened last week. So check this out. Like 2 days before the whole festival was supposed to start, I don't know, like last Wednesday or something like that, the whole main stage goes up in flames. The whole main stage burst into flames. Everything gone. Like firefighters out there trying to figure this all out. Terrible. They had to rework the whole performance. They totally didn't even close Tomorrowland. Do you know how many people are there trying to watch that whole thing?
It's crazy.
400,000 people. They had to adjust and figure out and move off of main stage. My poor friend. I don't even know what's going on. Nobody was hurt. Nobody got there was nothing bad that happened because this all happened before the whole festival even began. But think about the logistics of redoing.
It's a big deal.
I can't wait to
400,000 people is
honestly,
a lot.
I can't wait till she's home and I hear this whole story. This is going to be freaking amazing. Okay.
We got to give us an update.
Oh yeah, we'll do live update.
Okay, but you totally had me hooked earlier because you said we're going big. So what are we going big about?
Oh my God, back on track. Okay, yeah, you're right. The official title, The Middle East Matchups. Who's backing who when the shit hits the fan?
Oh man. So wait, are we doing Israel and Palestine? Seriously? I thought we agreed we weren't going to do a political podcast.
Dude, relax. This is not about Israel and Palestine. Okay? Way too polarizing. Besides, I'm not smart enough to make this political.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay, so I had this friend text me the other day, Casey.
Oh, wait. Is that the one that's she's like a super podcaster?
Yes.
She podcasts about all the reality TV shows.
Reality Life with Kate Casey.
Go.
Yes. So she sends me this text.
Well, aren't you famous if you know her?
Let's
Look
go,
at that.
Kate Casey. Shout out. Yeah, so she's like, you should do an episode on the relationship between all the countries in the Middle East because it would get a ton of interest.
Okay.
Yes. So
we're not politicizing anything. No. We're just educating ourselves and learning.
That's what we're
and being cultured and curious.
Absolutely. About all the alliances, all the relationships, how it all works in the Middle East. Because I figured I should learn about it all first because I don't know shit. And then subsequently report back all my sort of sophisticating findings.
Fair. This is awesome because as we all know, I did not do any homework for this. And I am not at all historically up to date on any
historically
of that.
ready for all this action?
No, I want to know all the history. I want to know what it is. I just don't.
I have an idea.
That naive
let's
child.
Call Kate Casey. She probably knows all this shit.
Okay.
She's into this stuff. I don't know. I have an idea. Here's the deal. We'll record it. If it sucks, we'll scrap it and we're going to put it in the archives or something so no one can ever find it until we're dead. Then, of course, we'll get famous because everybody, of course,
gets famous
after they die, right? And then one of our family members will try to release it like it's one of our Vault episodes and make residual income.
I love how positive you are. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right. So we're just going to go for it. But I'm just the one who's going to be asking questions over here. So can I just start? Let's see. I'm assuming you're going to tell us how learning about all this is going to make us more cultured and curious.
Oh, yeah. You totally can.
We can start there.
I was thinking on the way over here about that whole question, cultured and curious. Isn't anything that we do, just anything we learn at all, just making us cultured and curious in general? Do we really need a reason? Why is this going to make me cultured and curious?
I don't think it's a reason. I think we just call it out and point it out so people understand.
Okay, fine. Because I was everything's learning. And if we're learning, it's cultured and curious. Okay.
Because I don't think people realize they're being cultured and curious.
Okay, fine. So then I'm going to answer it officially then. All right. Let's just get outside the box, right? And figure out that the world doesn't center around America all the time. Everybody has a different view. Countries have different views. People have different views. That's what we said we wanted to make the whole podcast about anyway in the first place. I think it was varying perspectives and value. I mean, I know we don't say it all the time anymore, but that's how it started. If you go back. It's about varying perspectives and values.
Because we live in a bubble.
Right. It's all connected.
It's our bubble.
And by the way, didn't we just drop bombs on Iran?
I mean.
So, who's on their side? I don't know. Do you know who's on their side? We should know who's on their side.
Well, and the only what I know, right, would be through mainstream media, which I don't think is always necessarily should be our best source of information.
Correct.
I think we need, again, the cultured and curious comes into play.
Right.
Where you go, that was interesting information on the news.
Bingo, bango.
I'm going to learn a little more.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. And it's not even just about war and stuff. It's about religion and history, all their power dynamics over there, just and all the other shit. It all fits together. I have an idea. You know how it makes you cultured? I'll tell you how it makes you cultured. Learning how this affects your gas prices. That's how it makes you cultured. Okay? Done. Oil. There. We're cultured. Bingo. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Can we start?
Yes.
Okay,
we
fine.
can totally start. But is frenemies going to be our word of the day then? Because I feel like that just kind of sums up the whole dynamic.
Okay, that's actually a good one. Frenemies. But that would be way too easy because then we would just be like spouting out frenemies every 2 minutes. It's got to be harder. That's the whole point. Okay, today's word is winsome.
Like winsome and lose some?
You're so stupid. Oh my God, you know what you are?
Is that not it at
That
all?
was so jocose. That wasn't even funny. Oh my God. So it's an adjective, winsome, that comes from the Old English.
Or loosome.
Oh
I
my
mean, that
God,
would be an adjective. Sorry. Continue.
Fine. Loosome is not lonesome, not losesome. Winsome. Winsome is one word. W-I-N-S-O-M-E. Winsome. Okay? It's an adjective that comes from the Old English meaning charming in a sweet or childlike way. Kind of like me. I'm winsome.
I'm sorry. Is today opposite day?
Oh, really? You're doing that again to me?
Oh.
I hate you so much.
Oh, it came around like a boomerang from
wow.
last week. Look at that. Boom.
Okay. No, actually, today is not opposite day.
Okay.
Okay. Today is perfectly
you were
normal
just
day.
so charming and sweet, like
Today
a childlike way.
Today I am.
Okay.
Right?
A cherub.
Look, you started by asking me which personality is showing up.
Okay, great.
All right.
Fair.
The winsome personality showing up
fair
today.
enough, fair enough. And
Right,
for
fine.
this topic, I think that's probably the right personality.
That's what we need.
Okay, so we're going to start this thing,
Yeah, let's go.
and we're not doing history of the Middle East.
No
right? 'Cause
way.
I think there's too much there.
Way too much.
But we're like...
You know what I'm going to do to you? I am going to start in history. And since it's like the oldest place on the
But
planet,
it's like not history of the Middle East.
I'm doing
it's a very specific history.
strap it in, Amanda. This is going to be a 9-hour episode. Here we go. Okay, so here's how we're going to start, because I thought about this, because I had to do like a lot.
Well, yeah.
I had to do a lot of
Because we don't want a 9-hour
sleuthing.
episode.
No, we don't. Okay, we're going to do it like we're drafting teams.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so I'm going to sort of give the idea about who's in it with who. It's just like a team. If you draft a team, yeah, same idea. Okay? Because it was the only way I could really wrap my head around it and understand what was going on in the Middle East and find out like who lines up with who and why. Okay?
Fair.
And if you break it down like that, it sort of makes sense. Okay?
All right, let's go.
So we're going to start with Team Saudi Arabia. We're going to call that just Team Saudi from now on. Okay? Saudi Arabia. These guys are the traditional U.S. allies. Team Saudi includes Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, right? UAE, Bahrain, Egypt, Jordan, and, surprise cameo, Israel. They're considered the Sunni stronghold.
I'm sorry, the what?
The Sunni stronghold.
But that's a religion, right?
Yeah. Like basically, well, this whole thing's about religion, right? So basically a sect of Islam. I'll explain it in a minute. Just bear with me.
Okay.
So these guys are all about stability, business interests, and keeping Iran in check. So technically, Amanda, they don't even like each other all the time, but they like Iran even less. So it's not like Saudi Arabia and Israel hold hands like in public or anything, but they're definitely texting each other like really late at night, if you know what I mean, right?
Okay, so I think I'm getting this.
Back channel shit.
I'm getting this a little.
Yeah.
So basically, they're not besties,
right?
But we're totally going to be on the same team. If Iran shows up, we're kind of besties.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it?
Keep going.
Okay, good. Okay, so then next you have Team Iran, the Shia stronghold. So you have the Sunni stronghold, the Shia stronghold, right? So Iran's got Syria, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and the Houthis in Yemen. And
but aren't those different group sectors?
Yeah, they are.
So not countries.
They're not countries. Yeah, we're going to talk.
Okay,
we're going to talk about it. That's what I mean. It's easier to just give you sort of the teams.
Got it.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Yeah. And they even got a little influence in Iraq because Iraq is a split. Like, so that one's wild. Their vibe is kind of like, we're going to like fight you anywhere, anytime. But just through somebody else because we're not going to do it directly or anything because we're way too cool for that. So that's how like Iran works. Yep.
Wait. So explain Hezbollah and the Houthis.
Okay, you're right. They're what you would call proxy groups, which basically is a sophisticated way to mean like they fight on behalf of someone else bigger than them. So Hezbollah is a Shia militia and a political group based in Lebanon, and the Houthis are a rebel group based in Yemen, also Shia. Neither run a country, but they got like weapons and fighters and a bunch of influence and all that kind of stuff. So they're important. Make sense? Like all this tracking?
Yeah, then it tracks. But wait, you said the Sunni stronghold earlier, and now you're saying the Shia stronghold, and you said you were going to explain it. Are we explaining it now?
Okay, yeah. Okay, this is perfect. Right. I just wanted to make sure because I wanted to get through both of them. So here we go. So the religion of Islam has two major branches, Sunni and Shia, right? So Sunni has about 85 to 90% of all the Muslims worldwide, and Shia has about 10 or 15%. So it's like super unbalanced. They both follow the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad, but they split after his death over who should keep leading the Islamic faith. So Sunnis thought that Muhammad's BFFs should be like the leaders, and the Shias thought that it should be Muhammad's son-in-law, Ali, and keep it all in the family, right? So totally different like ideas of where it was supposed to go after Muhammad died. And here we are like 1,400 years later still fighting over it. Okay? Got it?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
But wait, another question.
Yes, what?
So why does then Iran have all this power? Like, why are they the captain of one of the teams Like, are they like a higher percentage?
Oh, they're just that good, man. Good question. No, I had no idea either. No. Good question. So basically, Iran had learned to be what you would call masters of the proxy war. Okay, so basically they're just sponsors of everybody else, and everybody else does all their dirty work for them while they just like sit in the back, like Hezbollah and the Houthis that we were just talking about. They got like super smart, they're super strategic, and they have the Shia majority, which totally matters. They also have missiles. So think about it this way. They basically have ideology, super strong in their ideology. Other people aren't as strong. Strategy and weapons, which quote unquote equals street cred in the Middle East. That's like,
so then we have Team Saudi,
yes,
the Sunnis, and we have Team Iran, the Shias.
Yes.
Is there anyone else in this?
Okay, yes.
Playbook?
Yes, there's one more team. Okay, last team is just like, I'm going to call them a bunch of wild cards. We will call them team, it's complicated.
Depending what day it is.
Because it is, right. So they basically do whatever they want whenever they want to, okay? And they're made up of Turkey, Qatar, Iraq, and Oman. And this group is the middle child. Like, please never make us pick a side. But, by the way, we're also going to look out for ourselves, too. So they're not like oldest child who's super opinionated and baby super opinionated. They're like right in the middle, especially Turkey.
Okay.
Because like they've been everywhere. They've been fighting Assad. They've been flirting with Russia. They are cozying up to Qatar and casually rebuilding the Ottoman Empire while they're at it.
Oh, I have questions about that, but we won't go there right now.
Okay.
So we got 3 teams.
3 teams.
Big playing field.
Totally.
So, let's get to the game.
Right.
What's the game?
For the record, I only said it's easy to do this with drafting teams. I don't know how to make this into a game now, like a 3-game thing on the field. That's going to be really hard.
I mean, yes, but I'm sure it's messy. I'm sure people hate others.
Yes. All right.
Clearly.
So we'll do that. We'll do who hates who. Here we go. So obviously you have like Team Saudi and Team Iran. Classic Sunni versus Shia, like oil versus oil, like power versus power, like major rivalry, right? Then next, you basically have Israel versus everyone because everybody thinks Israel stole land that wasn't theirs. And that's a whole other episode by itself. But that's way too sophisticated for us right now. So we're not doing that one. And who are we kidding? Half the countries secretly admire Israel anyway, right? They just won't admit it. And then last you have Turkey. Turkey is really sneaky. Okay, so basically all you need to know is Team Saudi against Team Iran, Israel sitting over in a corner causing problems, and Turkey causing problems. Major players. Got it?
Okay.
So it goes something like this. Basically, Iran doesn't just operate from inside its own country. It uses groups in other countries to gain power, like we were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then, of course, Saudi Arabia and others have to respond accordingly. And that's sort of just the basis of the whole Middle East. So it looks like this spider web of smaller fights when really it's just the Sunnis versus the Shias, like moving all the pieces all the time on the chessboard.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, that's all this is. Okay.
But this is going on all over the place, right?
Yes.
It's going on in Yemen and Iraq and
everywhere. But
everywhere
it's
in the Middle East.
but it's the same core problem. That's it.
Which is religion.
It's not. Yes, it's not country fighting country at all.
Yeah. Groups within. The
Yes.
country.
Okay. So example. So in Yemen right now you have the Houthis. That's what I was just explaining to you, right? So they're backed by Iran. So they're not their own country, right? And they're fighting the Yemeni government right now, and the Yemeni government is backed by the Saudis or the Sunnis, right? Is this making sense?
Yes.
Okay. Both are just pawns. They're just playing it out in Yemen. Like that just sucks. They're just using Yemen's country to do it. And then you have Lebanon, where Hezbollah basically just is like Iran's branch manager, like Michael Scott in The Office, right, in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So that way, Iran has closer access to Israel should shit get out of control, and they need to shoot some missiles at them because Lebanon is right above.
Right there.
Right. So it's all controlled by either Team Saudi or Team Iran. Okay. In Syria, Assad's still in charge, thanks to Iran and Russia, because during Syria's civil war, Iran and Russia helped him stay in power, even though everybody else wanted him gone. And meanwhile, Turkey controls part of northern Syria, and of course is backed by the Saudis in this case. So Syria is kind of like a total mess. It isn't just like a country anymore, like all by itself. It's become like this multi-layered battlefield for like Iran, Russia, Turkey, the United States, even some others. So basically like a bunch of proxy wars going on all over the place, like you just said, in this huge spider web with Team Iran and Team Saudi trying to assert their dominance over the Middle East.
Okay.
I know it's complicated, but is it making sense?
I mean, it kind of does,
right? All
but
these other, they're all just little players in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's also terrifying. Okay.
Yeah.
Bigger question.
Yeah, what?
Like, I know why it's important. I know why all of this matters. But is there a way that we can take this big deal that's happening and like boil it down a little bit? So in a way that maybe we can all understand how it affects us in the U.S. Because, I mean, I feel like everyone just is trying to buy gas and not start World War III. And even though that seems like so stupid and minuscule, there's, I'm sure, more to it.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're trying to say, look, I know it matters, but we're half the world away. So what's going on here? Right? I get it. Yeah, okay. We're all
connected.
Yes.
There you go.
So like the world's smaller than you think. So we're affected in like 3 fundamental ways, okay? So first, like you said, the gas thing, right? It's energy prices. So the Middle East has some of the world's largest oil producers. And wars and fighting all the time screw that up. And then we have this huge shortage of oil, which subsequently leads to higher gas and energy prices in the United States. So it doesn't matter, right? Because they control the flow. It sucks, right?
Fair.
Yes, that's a big piece of this.
But when it comes to life or death, I mean, the price of gas is like, it's not because it affects people on lower incomes. I get it.
It affects jobs. It affects refineries. It affects it's a million things. The infrastructure.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just
you are correct.
our gas prices.
Thank you. Correct. It's way bigger than that. Second is our military, right? When you think about it, like we have to send troops over there. And we have to build bases, and then we have to stock all those bases, and then we have to manage all the logistics so we can have alliances in that area to make sure we protect our interests. And all that costs Americans a shitload of money in tax dollars, and not to mention like the toll it takes on our military from being over there for so long. Like, it's a big deal. It's hard on them. It's hard on their families. It sucks. It's lives. People die. It stinks.
Fair.
All right, and then third, we should care because of like global security and I guess just terrorism in general, right? Unpopular for some people, but like real. We have to make sure extremist groups don't gain enough power to do something shitty and then threaten American interests, or we're screwed. So like it or not, we kind of have to care about that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And I don't think, again, we all fully realize the full implications, right, of what happens over there and how it affects us.
No.
Because, I think everyone knows, okay, we got gas prices.
No, we put our head in the sand. We're an ocean away. Oh, my God. Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
We're an ocean away. Yeah. We're an ocean away. I don't even know, but you get the point, right? So I get that it's easy. I'm not saying we have to run over there and do something about it. What I'm saying is care enough, pay attention to what's going on because it matters.
Yeah.
It goes back to one of our other episodes. We're like, vote, care, pay attention. We talk about foreign policy. Listen.
So if we were to start listening and we were to open up a news app tomorrow, like what should people be looking for or like upcoming watch outs? Like, how do we how do we get more of like a pulse on
it? Well, I like that segue. That was good.
And it's also news. Like, that's also the news apps. I will say, make sure that you're understanding the source that you're getting information from. Like, there's this really cool math XY chart, right?
Yeah.
Where it shows where different medias like lie on the far left or far right.
We should post that.
Up or down.
Can we post that on our website or something? We
probably can.
Let's post it, right? Because
on your socials.
I was just talking to one of my buddies at work about how to get unbiased news sources.
Yeah.
Which I think is totally cool. So I subscribe to two of them. I think one's 1440, and another one's Tangle. I think I told you about Tangle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's like it gives both opposing views, and then
I love that. Like that is a new thing, especially
on
like TikTok and Instagram, right?
I like finding
both
shit
sides.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's do like the few things that are on the hot list that could bubble up. So the next time you scroll, you know what you're looking for.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yep.
So the first one is, believe it or not, we were just talking about the whole Team Saudi, Team Iran. Lately, they have been having this pretend like friendship going on. Like that's been in the news. They got a bromance.
Okay.
They're faking being best friends right now. So we just talked about how they're on completely different sides.
Right.
And as of late, if you read anything in the news, it's like, oh my God, look at them. They're being best friends. Okay. They just reopened embassies in both Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and then in Tehran last year. But they're still yelling at each other and sending drone strikes. So I don't think that's going to last very long.
So why are they just pretending to be BFFs?
Right. I know. Because it's all a facade, man.
It's all politics, and right? I don't.
You said it earlier.
I don't fare well in politics.
What'd you call it? The frenemies.
Yeah.
That's keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see the words like diplomatic setback or talks suspended, buckle up because the oil market is going to go bonkers. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all a little facade. You with me?
Yep.
Okay. The next one is the whole Red Sea and the Hormuz shipping lanes thing.
Yeah. That was like recent too.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So if you don't know, the Strait of Hormuz, right, for any listeners, it's super important because something like 25% of the world's oil goes through that every day. Don't quote me on it. I don't know, but I'm pretty close. It's like 25%. So any headline about like missile attack on a tanker or naval escort in the Gulf of Hormuz means like shipping insurance is going to get more expensive.
Wait, hold on.
Okay. What?
So basically, does that mean if we hear a missile in the Gulf, we all should just be prepared that our airfare is going to go up? Again, it's related to fuel, but
yes,
I mean,
perfect.
It's not just the gas in
That's
our cars.
And people don't even think twice about that. They're like, why did it get more expensive? Bingo, you nailed it. Okay. Another one would be all the proxy hotspots we were talking about, remember? All that kind of stuff. Yeah, so Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, even northern Iraq. Any spike in rocket launches, drone strikes, or mysterious explosions usually means Team Saudi and Team Iran are starting shit somewhere again. And remember, just not in the same room. Also, I think it's funny because we're talking about Team Saudi and Iran never being in the same room together, right? And it reminds me of Hamilton because everything reminds me of Hamilton and how they had to be in the room where it happens. The room when in this case, they don't want to be in the room where it happens.
Right.
They want to be in opposite rooms. Okay. Then the last one is to watch the money trail, because that's the big one, right? Specifically watch for Gulf sovereign wealth funds like the PIF, Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, dumping billions of dollars into like flashy projects or U.S. tech startups. So it's their way of buying protection and power, but sort of make it look like they're just trying to get rich. They did it with Uber and they did it with Lucid Technologies. So just pay attention to stuff like that. It means that they're making moves, right? And they want to make sure they have our backing. That's a big one. So follow the money trail.
Always follow the money trail.
You got to, yes. No, I know. And that one's a little bit harder to look for, but again.
But if you're paying attention to it, at least maybe you'll see a red flag.
They'd be like, wait a second, why is there cash being poured in? Bingo. Right. They're up to something. Oh, I guess, yeah, I know I said that was the last one, but also watch out for Turkey or Qatar or even Iraq. Any of them from like Team It's Complicated.
Okay, also just because it's sort of sophisticated.
What?
I know you keep saying Qatar, but I think a lot of people may realize that it's like say it as Qatar.
Either way.
So just, you know, for anybody who's listening.
Yeah. So
who's that?
I think there's actually, I think I looked it up once. There's no right way to pronounce it because there's no way to translate it in the English language. So the English language decided that it was easiest to say Qatar. So there are folks that say Qatar. That's what I got used to. Don't get me wrong. I'm not necessarily even saying it right. I just know that there's actually no formal translation.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So
just wanted to point it out.
Yep. Either way. Yeah. So my point of this is like if any of those countries announce an operation in another country, some shit's about to go down. Because what they're saying is they're basically sending a notice to Team Saudi or to Team Iran, don't fuck with us. We're still here. You need to pay attention to us. And the code terms you're looking for is, oh, well, Turkey just started an operation in this other country. Okay, bullshit. Something's going on. They're flexing big-ass muscles. You with me?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot, though.
Yeah. But it's a lot, right?
It's emotionally a lot. It's a lot to
okay, but
understand.
does this like, can I do some justice to sort of like how shit is put together?
Yeah. Like I think the bottom line, right, maybe is like you skim the headlines for these kind of things and look like you're sort of sophisticated and know what you're talking about at happy hour when everyone's talking about the news and world relations.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
You know what I want to be doing at happy hour?
Drinking.
Checking out chicks.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
Nope.
My bad. Can't say that. You don't let me say anything. Why do you censor me on air? This is
don't.
First of all, this should be
You can leave it in.
This should be censorless.
I mean, besides our tension, there's a lot of global tension for this one episode.
Oh my God, you know what we are? I didn't realize we're Team Saudi against Team Iran over here. This is it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'll be Team Iran. Okay, fine.
Okay, but wait, I do have one more question. If the United States were to really go to war with Iran, who are we fighting? I mean, who's taking Iran's side for sure? I think I know because we, again, kind of went through it, but maybe just go through it one more time so it's crystal clear for our listeners.
Okay, actually, that's a good way to sum things up. So if the U.S. were to go to war with Iran, we're not just fighting them, of course. We'd also be fighting or dealing with like everybody under Team Iran that we already talked about, like that umbrella. So Hezbollah, the Houthis, any pro-Iran militias in Iraq, right? There's a whole bunch in there. Possibly Assad's regime in Syria, we talked about. Russia, they might not fight us directly, but they definitely back Iran politically or like with weapons. And then probably China, like they probably wouldn't go to war with us outright, but they would totally make it a lot harder for the U.S. through trade and like all sorts of stuff like that. So it's kind of a big deal. Thered be some serious sides taken. That's why nothing is like actually like totally happened yet, right?
Well, now that I know what to doom scroll for and what clues to look for, are we gonna like lighten it up before my brain melts and I have a anxiety crisis?
My brain already melted reaching this whole freaking episode.
Okay, so we're
this
gonna do
was
fun
already
facts,
complicated,
but like no missiles.
Fun facts inbound, no missiles.
There you go.
I promise. Let's go. This is all just fun facts about the Middle East. Okay,
I love it. Yeah,
okay,
it's great. It's great.
I kept it like fun. All right. Did you know that the world's first written language came from the Middle East?
Really?
Yeah, totally. Yes, it was called cuneiform. And it was developed in ancient Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq. Yes, around 3200 BC. And it's considered the first known writing system. Look at that.
Okay, also, like in our call to action stuff, I think everybody should look at an ancient map.
Okay.
And figure out, like as you just said, that was modern-day Iraq. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what else we should do that I just thought of? You just prompted me. You could just chat GPT it probably. We should do like which nations are like friendly to each other in the Middle East and which ones have tension. And so like it would probably draw you a nice little map of, a dotted line represents tension, a solid line represents and you would just know how cool is that? Like, oh my God. Okay. All right. Number 2. How about this one? Did you know that coffee was invented in the Middle East?
Coffee?
Yes.
I think I did know this one.
The earliest records of coffee drinking came from Yemen in the 15th century. That's 1400s people. Apparently, it spread through Islamic culture via folks known as Sufi mystics. They were like monks.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, you can thank the Middle East for your little like venti
Every morning.
half triple shot
Every morning.
espresso decaf. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Okay, number 3. Did you know the Middle East is home to the oldest continuously inhabited cities on planet Earth? Thank you very much. Damascus in Syria, Aleppo in Syria, and Jericho in Palestine have been lived in, some say, Amanda, for over 10,000 years.
Wow.
Longer than China.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I looked this up.
Yeah.
Do you know what lived?
I do.
10,000? Yeah.
I only knew because of
What?
my trip.
What?
Mammoths.
Mammoths. Woolly mammoths.
Yeah, we went to the mammoth site.
Saber-toothed tigers.
Yeah.
And there are people were living there.
I know.
That's excellent. Okay. Now you wonder why Israel and Palestine are fighting.
But there's history. There's
Right?
so much history that we
Because it
can't
goes
even-
back.
but we can't comprehend it because we're in America.
Especially to a country that's only 250
right.
years old. By the way,
so little.
totally fun fact, off topic. We are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States starting, and theoretically, now.
Oh.
So like next July 4th, we're celebrating,
right.
but we're
One year,
we're in the
in
year.
the year,
So if
yeah.
this was Disneyland, we'd be celebrating. Like this
That's
is it.
true.
I don't know what they call that. The sequential?
I don't know. It's,
Sequel-
it's a
All
big
right,
one.
It's a big word. All right, we might have to look that shit up. We're not that sophisticated. All right, number 4. The Middle East gave us our first legal system. How do you like that?
Oh,
The Code
interesting.
of Hammurabi
Okay.
in Babylon in 1750 BCE. Yes. It's one of the oldest legal codes ever discovered. It's where the phrase an eye for an eye came from. It's also where we get divorce from. Go
Really?
figure. Yes,
Oh, I didn't
absolutely.
know that.
Yeah. Totally cool. Yeah,
Okay.
it was. I looked this whole thing up. There's a lot of stuff
Fun
that
fact.
we used. Yeah, no, that was a cool. Fun fact. Okay, number 5. The Middle East is where algebra was invented.
So
Algebra.
basically, we're just going to say like everything came from the
Everything.
Middle East.
Well, because it was so like
But
it's been there
also,
forever.
could
Yeah.
you not like, I mean, to me, it's like the things that we should be appreciating.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know, our whole legal system or the first.
Yeah, we're not appreciating it.
No,
No,
like
because we're too
nothing.
busy worried about all the other shit going on.
But
I'm
not
with
even
you.
that. I think we just take it for granted.
You know what, Amanda? This is why more people need to listen to Sort of Sophisticated.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Right.
Because
Okay.
even algebra.
Yeah.
Even algebra. There's
Algebra.
more to algebra than just algebra as we know it.
It's from the Arabic word. Did you know? Al-Jabar.
I did not.
Al-Jabar.
Oh, okay.
Al-Jabar.
All right.
Yeah. And it was introduced by the Persian scholar Al-Khwarizmi in the 9th century.
Wow.
So we have the
9th century.
9th century.
Wow.
Yeah. We have the Middle
Okay.
East to thank for like why
Okay.
math sucks. Let's go. Let's go. And then finally, falafel. How about falafel?
Love falafel.
Right? So no one knows where it actually came from. But we know for sure it was somewhere in the Middle East. Apparently, the origin of falafel is still hotly debated.
Oh, really?
Egypt, Lebanon, Palestine, and Israel all claim it and say they invented it. And no one is backing down. That's why there's so much fighting in the Middle East. People, that's all you need to know. It's about falafel. Look at that. Even the chickpeas are controversial over in the Middle East.
I
Go
mean,
figure.
not to make light of it, but there is pride.
There should be pride,
Yes.
right? I love falafel.
Oh my gosh, I love
All right,
it.
that's all I got. Those are my fun facts. Fun facts out.
Well, now that I officially feel smarter and hungrier now because I want to go get some falafel,
I'm totally hungry.
I think it's time we bring it home so we can go hit up dinner. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So you want to hit us up with some takeaways so we can sound sophisticated at dinner, or just maybe slightly annoying on group chats?
Fine. Let's go. Call to action. First of all, the map you said, the ancient map.
Just look it
Look
up.
up the ancient map. Or 2, hit ChatGPT and say, give me the relationship between Middle East countries, friend or foes. That will be awesome. And then I would say, back to news sources. Remember we were talking about like Tangle, American news sources. I would say follow a news source outside the U.S., like BBC World News or Al Jazeera, like in English. Like they actually explain like the why behind what's happening in the Middle East. And give
interesting.
they give good context. It's
Okay.
not like here. It's just
Yeah.
good getting another source. Or if that's not your thing, try listening to a global affairs podcast. We recommend Pod Save the World or Pax Britannica for really smart, accessible foreign affairs breakdowns. Like nothing like what we do here.
Solid
Like,
recs.
this is serious stuff, right? And then finally, just remember these relevant details to seem sort of sophisticated. First, the Middle East isn't just one big conflict. It's a bunch of like layered alliances, rivalries, and old grudges. And there are 3 main teams. We have Team Saudi, the U.S.-backed traditionalists. We have Team Iran, the Shia powerhouse with proxies everywhere. And then we have Team It's Complicated, a.k.a. the wild cards, like Turkey, Qatar, and Iraq, who do their own thing. Second, Shia versus Sunni isn't just a religious split. It's the root of political power plays that shape everything from who gets support to who gets bombed. It all is based in religion, but it's all about power. Third, proxy wars are everywhere. In Yemen, Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, and they're all basically Iran and Saudi Arabia playing the real world board game, if you remember, called Risk, but using like other people and other countries to do it, right? Like I grew up playing Risk. I know it's not a popular game anymore. And finally, yes, Amanda, this affects us all. Through gas prices, U.S. military involvement, and global security, we need to care because like we said, everything is connected.
Well, all right, friends. That's it for this week's episode. If you learned something new, laughed maybe once, or now feel vaguely inspired to casually drop proxy war into a conversation without causing a diplomatic incident, then we did our job.
You know what I would say? I would say if they laughed at all, like we did pretty good, because that was weird stuff we were talking about and trying to make it like chill and not political and just sort of give people the background of what's going on. So
right. And just remember,
I don't know.
You don't have to become a foreign policy expert overnight.
Hell no, we're not.
But understanding how these relationships work helps the world feel a little less random.
Yeah, you know, a little more, right?
You're a little more cultured. Come on now. So if you like this episode, share it with a friend who still thinks all Middle East conflicts are just about oil.
And hey, people, subscribe, follow, leave a review, share it with your friends, anything, or just bring up Sort of Sophisticated next time someone pretends to know what's going on in Iran. I don't care how you spread this, okay? We just appreciate you're here, trying to make sense of all this complicated stuff with us and going on this journey together. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And until next time, stay curious, stay human, and if all else fails, just blame Qatar and walk away.
Poor Qatar. Why are we throwing Qatar under the bus?